Alright, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking again about Knowhere Heist. Yeah, I know, like, I've been on Mobile Gamer's channel, we talked about it there. I'm going to be talking about it again here on my channel, but more specifically, my points of view of maybe some things that I missed when I talked about it on his. It's kind of the talk of the town, whether or not we're talking about Knowhere Heist, or of course the Echo Mirror Images event that's ongoing. That's not going to be the topic of this video, but there's been a lot of issues since the blog post, I guess, and a lot of people wondering what the heck is going on here, and particularly, what is the juice going to be worth the squeeze on this event? And, you know, let me know preliminarily, is that a word? Oh my god, I just minced a lot of words. Do you think it's going to be worth it? Let me know in the comments down below, because we don't know. We haven't seen the events card yet. We don't know what the rewards are going to be like per level, and I think that's part of the important stuff that's missing. So we're going to be talking about all about this event, what I think might be happening, and what I'm going to be doing personally, and what I would like to see going forward. So without further ado, let's get the show started. And of course, we're going to start here with the blog post from Friday afternoon, where we had the information confirmed to us with Knowhere Heist, the Mythic Flash event. So, for those of you who did not watch my blog post, did not watch the Mobile Gamer video that I did with him today, and, you know, are new to all this, you know, let's just talk about it really quickly here. So, this is the new Mythic Flash event, and just to remind people, this was actually a trait that was available at the start of patch 5.9 in December. It was there for about a week, and then it got retracted, and then, yeah, it went away. It originally had Ebony Maw, and now it came back this patch and has Invisible Woman. So, whether or not you think that's better or not, I mean, this varies a little bit for people, but I will say that I think that longer term, I think it's more okay for Invisible Woman because she's a 6-week release in terms of the legendary schedule. Who knows, she might go permanent someday. Ebony Maw, unfortunately, is locked behind two characters. Well, a lot of characters, but particularly you need Black Bolt in order to unlock Ebony Maw. You need the rest of the Inhumans alongside Black Bolt, and then to unlock Black Bolt, you need the Asgardians. So you're talking about like 10, you know, whatever plus characters to get to Ebony Maw, and then not only are you waiting around for the legendary event for Ebony Maw, you're also waiting for the Black Bolt event. So it's precipitous. I don't know if I use that word in the right way either, but you need to get the proper star levels on Black Bolt in order to get the proper star levels on Ebony Maw, right? So there's a lot in the way here of getting to the star levels that you need for him. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm kind of okay that it's being Invisible Woman. I know a lot of people do not, because we're going to talk about where these characters are useful. They're not really, but, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe we'll see something. But let's talk about this a little bit more. So Dark Promo credits, Elite 7 credits, and Gold. So I will say a few things. The Dark Promo credits, what's interesting is that we're still getting Dark Promo credits bumped in the Red Star Orbs. I thought originally that maybe because of this, we were not going to see Dark Promo credit boosts in the Red Star Orbs anymore, you know, like the 10 times boost. I was thinking that maybe that would have gone away, but no, it seems like we're still getting both. So the question is, how many Dark Promo credits are we actually getting per level, or the different levels, and will it be enough to, like, you know, because you're already getting quite a bit in the times 10 bump, you know, you get 10, 30, or 50 of these. So how many credits are we getting? I also want to say, regarding credits, you know, this really isn't of any value to you, for the most part, unless you have completed Dark Dimension 4 or higher, because that's when you unlock Dr. Doom, who is available to purchase at the 5 red. I do expect that this to go forward, and maybe by the time this event comes around, there might be a 6 red for Dr. Doom. I'm not sure. But regardless, is that, you know, it's not really valuable to you until you actually get Dr. Doom. And please don't upgrade Ultron. I don't care what other people say. Ultron is not worth your Dark Promo credits. Please don't do it. I'm not a strong believer in Ultron at 5 red plus. I just don't think it's worth it. So unless we get a shit ton of Dark Promo credits that it's like you have nothing left to do and you have to get Ultron, then fine. But otherwise, I would just hold on as much as you can towards your cap And then if you're really forced to do it all Ultron, you can do it from there. But honestly, I wouldn't do it. Elite 7 credits, I have to say, I don't expect much here. And I'll tell you why. Because for Chaos Theory, it takes, at level 7 to Chaos Theory, you get 21 gold promo credits, I forget, for the 3 attempts at level 7. And so over the course of, you need 100 for 6-star, you need 150 for 7-star. That's 5 months for gold promo credits for Chaos Theory, and then almost 7.5 months to get a 7-star upgrade. And that's an upgrade of your choice, right? Promo credits are upgrades of your choice, and that's good. But Elite 7 credits would not be. It would be a random orb, so it's not as good as promo credits. And here, who knows? You might land a minion. But that being said, I don't think it's going to take as long as 7 months that Chaos Theory will, because it's random. So I'm kind of expecting it to be maybe 4 or 5 months. That's what I'm thinking, personally. I'm thinking you need 2,500 credits to even open an orb. So just some quick math here. I'll bring the calculator over. I was thinking that if you got, at level 7, mission 7, that you maybe got for the permanent rewards, like the spammable every month kind of stuff. Not the first time rewards. I heard there's going to be first time rewards. That maybe you might get 50 fragments or 50 credits per attempt. That means over 7, that would be 350. And actually, because you need 2,500, it would actually be, hypothetically anyways, 7 months. That's actually more than I said. So it would have to be, let's say 60 then, maybe, 60 per attempt. Times 7, 420, 2,500 divided by 420, 6 months? So maybe 75? Last one. Times 7, 2,500 divided by 525, weird number. Maybe. That's actually probably more accurate here. 75 fragments or whatever shard credits per attempt. That would give you about just under 5 months of this event in order to get an Elite 7 orb. So that's probably around the range where I would say is within acceptable margins. And I say that because based on what it is for Chaos Theory, where you do get to choose your upgrades. Gold. This is going to be really, really important because how much are we getting to offset these fucking awful characters? I'm not going to mince words here. It's terrible. The thought of having to take Rocket and Star-Lord and possibly Invisible Woman if you hadn't already done it because of Dark Dimension 4. I'll admit, I did take Invisible Woman to tier 15. I used her in Dark Dimension 4 Legendary, but this was well over a year ago. Actually, this was about a year ago. And the options were a lot more limited in terms of who I could take in at that time, so it didn't seem as bad of a choice then as it might now. I know there's a lot of people, especially in the mid-game, who just don't even have Invisible Woman leveled, and that's completely normal, because she doesn't really do a lot, really, for players now. There's not a lot of reason to really have her leveled up. So that's potentially 3 characters that you need to level to 80, tier 15, if you want to max this out, of course. And that's where we're at. But let's talk about the star levels, right? If you're at 5-star with Doc Ock, and this is the most important, we're really highlighting Doc Ock here. Because Invisible Woman is every 6 months. Sorry, not 6 months. Every 6 weeks. Star-Lord is permanent. And Doc Ock is every 3 months. Okay? So if you're only at 5-star Doc Ock, you're capped here. You're kneecapped at Mission 1 and Mission 2. And that's as far as you can go. Okay? Now, if you have 6-star, lucky you. You can do an extra 2. You can go to 4. So that's 6-star level here. And what's interesting is, and maybe it's not interesting, it sucks, that 7-star is the final 3. So it's 2, 2, and 3 for the different star levels. And this is, I think a bit steep, in my opinion. I would have preferred it maybe 1, 2, and 3 were 5-star, 4 and 5 were 6-star, and maybe 6 and 7 were 7-star. Something like that might have been. I feel like having 3 missions at 7-star is a bit shitty. And the reason for this is because Doc Ock is every 3 months. We're going to pivot really quickly to, this is my legendary calendar guide of dates. And we updated this on the live stream recently here. And so unless they move Doc Ock's position, the next time he's going to come around is April 4th. So, according to what I see over here, they gave us a date of February 11th for the first iteration of Knowhere Heist, which, let's be clear, let's bring up the calendar. February 11th is a Friday. So that means the next time, 4 weeks on, is going to be March 11th. My frame cuts off the Friday. My apologies. But believe me that it's actually going to be March the 11th the next time it comes around. So the point is that without Doc Ock being pushed forward, you're going to be missing 2 Knowhere Heists, or 2 Knowhere Heists will have gone through without another version of Doc Ock coming by. And this is a bit of a problem because not only the first pass, he's already come through at January 10th, 12th, which was somewhat recent, but we didn't know at that time that the Knowhere Heist event was going to be so soon. So there was no forward planning for this because they didn't give us an opportunity to think about that. So now you're possibly stuck for 2 more versions of this event without being able to get more star levels on Doc Ock. Luckily, though, if you are looking for another pass on Invisible Woman, it looks like that she's going to be coming back around on February 28th for 3 days, and so that will be before the second iteration of Knowhere Heist at this point. But for Doc Ock, unless they push him forward, it would need to be here. So currently we're here. Ebony Maw is going to be on Monday, and then after that it's going to be Omega Red, and after that it's going to be Jubilee. So basically Doc Ock would have to be swapped with Jubilee at this point to be pushed forward at March 7th, which would come before the second version of Knowhere Heist. And honestly, for all of you out there who don't have higher than a 5 Doc Ock, or hell, don't even have Doc Ock, I really hope that's the case. I hope that you all get a chance to unlock Doc Ock more frequently. I hope that his dates get pushed up. I really do, because this is a bit of an issue that that it's kind of spread out the way that it is, in my opinion. Gear aside, gold aside, all of that, you can't really do much more without Doc Ock. And Doc Ock, even though Invisible Woman 6 weeks, Doc Ock is really the one that's going to hold people back. And this is monthly. This was edited, by the way. I thought somewhere where they did mention that this is monthly. I don't know why this is not mentioned on my blog post here, but it was edited somewhere that it was confirmed that this is a monthly event. So keep that in mind. Also, moving back to the game here. So how do you unlock Doc Ock? I mean, I'm sure most of you know this, but Doc Ock is requiring X-Force. And why is this an issue now? Well, let's look. So X-Force. There's one character particularly that a lot of people don't want to buy now, and it's X-23. So she's in the War Store. Okay? She's in the War Store, where you'll have to consider buying her over other characters, especially someone like Maria Hill, when Omega Red is coming back around soon, but also, a better character, right? So if you want to get to 6-star, 7-star Doc Ock, then you're going to have to invest more war credits into her. Is that a priority? Well, we don't know, because we don't know what the event's worth. But, I do have to say that given the fact that we're given 7 attempts on this, I do want to wager that there's probably a decent chunk of stuff in this. Whether it's the first-time rewards or the repeat rewards, there's probably going to be a good amount of stuff, I would think, given that it's this new Mythic Flash event. Otherwise, people will really be outraged about it, about having to spend all their shit into Star-Lord and Rocket. But yeah, so X-23 is part of the problem here with Doc Ock. All the other stuff aside, and, jumping back to that Knowhere Heist, man, I don't know where you're all sitting at with Star-Lord and Rocket. Lucky for me, I'm a veteran player who used these characters in Dark Dimension 2, like 2.5 years ago. So I do have them semi-invested. This will allow me to get to Mission 5. So Mission 5 is 7 stars, Gear Tier 13. So that's where my characters are sitting at right now. Gear Tier 13 and Gear Tier 13, yeah. So this will get me to level 5 of the missions, and then I'm slowly working gold into them. At this point, I would hold off from hitting that button to gear them up, because they're pretty expensive to gear, all things considered. And that's assuming you have a 7-star Star-Lord and all the other characters. They're expensive to gear. So Star-Lord actually requires, I believe, to go to 14 anyways, he requires 3 or 4 sets of mini-uniques. That's 3. Does his damage need it? 4. Star-Lord needs 4 sets of mini-uniques, so that's both a Gear Tier 14 and Gear Tier 15. Right? I think Rocket takes 3, if I'm not mistaken. I have to take a look at him again. Not the health piece, actually, but damage? Probably not focus. Resistance? And if my game would stop lagging a little bit, not the armor, maybe it is the focus, actually. Yeah, so 3 sets for Rocket, 4 sets for Star-Lord, 7 between the two of them, and it's tech gear. So, is this a trap? Is this the tech trap that we've all been talking about? Maybe. You know, because not only is it going to drain your gear tier 14, it's going to drain your gear tier 15, right? Because if you want to go all the way, then you're going to need to do that, right? Stealing all of your tech gear, possibly before next patch or the patch after, where they're going to release a tech team. So, what to do? That's a good question. I don't have the answer, and I think that everyone is going to have to make their own justification if they want to do this. How much tech gear do you have? Do you want to invest it in these characters? Do you have X-23 to get Doc Ock? Do you have Doc Ock at the required level to do these events? Do you have the rest of them? You know, these are all questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, and whether or not that gold investment and the gear investment is going to be worth the squeeze. Is the juice worth the squeeze for Knowhere Heist? And unfortunately, I don't have the answer. But, you know, some of the stuff that we talked about in this video, like, you know, the kind of stuff that we would expect to see based on what we see in other Flash events, you know, if you think that you're going to get an Elite 7 orb every single month, then you're honestly mistaken. And that's where I'm going to end the video. Set your heights, set the bar low, so that if it turns out to be really, really, really good, that you'll just be blown away. But just set the bar low, expectations low, that way you won't be disappointed. If you want to prepare for this, put in the levels, don't put in the gear yet, and, you know, we'll just have to wait and see when it does become available sometime next week, hopefully by Monday. Otherwise, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.